Hey everybody, welcome to Broadway.com's Live at 5. It is Wednesday, January 8th, and I am Ryan Lee Gilbert.
And I am Paul Montour.
And we are joined here in the studio, as always, by the wonderful Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
Loving those new glasses.
Oh, thank you, they're
yes,
new.
I love
But wait
the
a
2020
minute,
look.
Ryan.
Yes.
Speaking of glasses, I'm not wearing them, but do I spy one of our top 5 favorite performances of 2019 in the room?
You certainly do. Yes, we have Joaquina Kalukango with us this afternoon. We adore her.
Oh,
around
so good
here.
in Slave Play. So
Yes,
good.
Unbelievable. Yes, you have a little bit of time left to see that show. We're going to talk about that and so much more with Joaquina in just a moment. But first, let's talk about today's top 5.
From world premiere to Broadway, another show has added itself to the boards this season.
It's called Sing Street,
Yes.
and it's currently a hit down at New York Theater Workshop, which is, of course, where a lot of shows were birthed, including
Absolutely.
Rent.
Yeah.
I saw Rent down
Rent?
there.
What's
and
that?
More recently, Once, which is the same, a lot of the same
Yes.
creators as
Speaking
Sing
of.
Street. So it's down there off Broadway through January 26th, and then it will arrive on Broadway at the Lyceum Theater on March 26th. And opening night is set for April 19th. It's based on John Carney's film. John Carney also made the film Once. This is where
Yes.
all
Yep.
the connections sort
Right.
of start. And it features a score by Carney and Gary Clark, a book by Edna Walsh, who won a Tony for Once, direction by Tony winner Rebecca Takeman, and choreography by Sonia Taya, who did a little show called Moulin Rouge, the musical.
Right.
Because you have to say the musical.
That's
I found
right.
out. You can't just say Moulin Rouge. Anyway, it's set in 1982 Dublin. It's about a 16-year-old boy named Connor, and he makes music, and he has troubles
It's
at home, and
really
there's
great.
a girl he likes, and it's cassette tapes are going to be chic. There's a lot of
Yes.
music videos, a lot of sort of like early MTV kind of
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
in
The
it.
movie made me cry. It's
Oh
very
my
good.
God!
Yes,
The ending with the
I-
brother
I
killed
know.
me.
So, yeah.
And much of the off-Broadway cast will be in the show on Broadway, including stars Brannock O'Connor playing Connor. That's confusing. And Zara Devlin as Ravina. And more casting will be announced soon. So congratulations
Yeah.
to everyone down Sing Street. And hey, if you're lucky, maybe you can sneak in and see it downtown before it moves to Broadway. But it's only there through January 26th.
Right, and with Rebecca Tashman directing, that's 5 new musicals this season directed by women.
Oh, look at you with
Look
the
at
stats.
that. Well,
we
it's
love
time.
some
We
statistics.
We love to see
2020.
it. We
I love a
to see
pie
it.
chart. I love a statistic. I'm into
Absolutely.
it.
Yes, and this 90s sitcom is going to be heading to a stage, hopefully very soon.
I know you and I are both very excited about this. It's the Nanny,
This is
guys.
cool.
This is
a
amazing.
great team. Great
it's
team.
a great team. So if you might be familiar with the 90s sitcom The Nanny, starring Fran Drescher.
Fran Drescher.
It was based,
I can't do it. I can't
it
do
pulled
it.
from parts of her real life growing up in Queens. It is now in development as a musical. It will feature a book penned by Fran Drescher alongside Peter Mark Jacobson, who worked on the show as well. Those are the co-creators. This is great too. Music will be by Crazy Ex-Girlfriends Rachel Bloom and Adam Schlesinger. That's really cool.
Did you see Rachel Bloom? I think it was her in the press release who compared it to like Sound of Music.
Oh,
She
I
said
didn't
it's kind of
see
like
that.
Maria in Sound of Music enters that family.
Yes,
And this
yeah.
is
Okay, yeah.
it's really
No, I can see.
It's one of those things where you immediately go like, "That's weird. Why is that sitcom becoming a musical?" And then you go like, "Wait, that actually could be a great story."
It totally could. Yeah, and you also have Mark Bruni, of course, beautiful director, directing this as well. If you're not familiar with The Nanny, I'm sure it's on some sort of streaming platform that you can watch it. It's 146 episodes, aired from 1993 to 1999. It was my babysitter for a long time, that show. 12 nominations over 6 seasons. Everything else, a production timeline, more creative team members, casting, and all of that will be announced at a later date. But they are hoping to bring this to Broadway very soon. So excited.
You know, I immediately thought of Tammy Blanchard, a Bayonne, but then I know Leslie Margarita has already started a social media
Margarita,
campaign.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So
All right.
it's going to
The
be really
next-
good to see who ends up
The
playing the
search,
nanny.
the search for Nanny.
Well, and Fran Drescher said in the release that I could do it, but they'd have to call it the granny.
Oh, no, not yet, Fran Drescher. No.
And we finally know what TV's next live musical is going to be.
Okay, this came out of nowhere.
Left field.
Crazy.
The newest musical to put the word live and exclamation point in the end is Young Frankenstein, you guys. Young Frankenstein live. will be happening on ABC. Produced by 93-year-old legend Mel Brooks, who, of course, made the original film and worked on the Broadway musical.
He did,
Along
yep.
with another show that ran a little longer called The Producers. It was on Broadway in 2007. And of course, the film came out in 1974. And it's a funny version of Frankenstein. And I'm really curious to see if there's certain stars attached,
know.
or
Who
we don't really know
pitched
much about it.
this?
But
Yeah.
you know, Mel Brooks, he likes to keep working on things.
He does. He
And
does.
I appreciate it, and I'll be really curious to see what it is. I'm sure it's gonna be funny because I'm sure they're gonna get a lot of great.
I
you
mean,
know,
there are comedic exact geniuses you can.
Yeah, there's
put
a lot of
involved in
great
this.
stuff to chew on in
Yeah.
that. Anyway, so I'll be curious to find out more. But congrats, Mel Brooks.
And there's going to be a little Dear Evan Hansen reunion happening in DC.
Yes, so Kennedy Center's upcoming staging of Next to Normal. We already knew that Rachel Bay Jones and Brandon Victor Dixon were involved, and now we know who's rounding out the rest of the cast. You have Maya Rafiko is playing Natalie,
She
which
was
is
here on Live at 5.
She was not too long ago. Yeah, Kamari Grant will be playing Gabe. Ben Levi Ross, who starred as Evan in the national tour of Dear Evan Hansen, he will be playing Henry, and Michael Park, ba-boom, ba-boom, will be playing Dr. Madden, and Dr. Fine. All very exciting stuff.
That's great, Michael. I like. How would you write that out? That should be his professional name.
Yeah, ba-boom, ba-boom, Park. Michael Greif will be repeating his work as director, of course. It is set to kick off performances at the Eisenhower Theater on January 29th. Very exciting. Love Next to Normal.
Yeah, fantastic.
And this Tony winner has another big screen gig.
His name is Leslie Odom Jr. You know him.
Yes.
You love him. He won a Tony for Hamilton, of course. He will be, and he's in Harriet. He will be playing Sam Cooke, the amazing singer Sam
Great
Cooke,
casting.
in a new film directed by Regina King. And the film is called One Night in Miami. And it's based on an Olivier-nominated play by Kemp Powers. So it started on the stage, and it became a screenplay. It's really the story of Cassius Clay before he became Malcolm X.
Yes. Yes.
But I guess Leslie will be in it and singing songs, including "A Change Is Gonna Come," of course, which is a great Sam Cooke legendary song. It was first done as a play in Los Angeles in 2013, and then at the Donmar Warehouse. So that's a film to look out for. And one story that just happened before we get today's amazing guest is that, you know, Duncan Sheik wrote that Bob and Carolyn, Ted and Alice musical off Broadway, which is about swinging, and he was going to be in it.
Right.
And now he's not.
Oh.
Do you not know this?
No. Breaking news. A scoop right
And what's
here.
her name's going to be in it? Whose name I'm totally forgetting.
Wait, what?
Tom Steiner.
Oh, really? But
What is happening? Jen Damiano?
What?
Jen
No.
Damiano?
This is the best live moment
Anna
ever when I
Nogueira,
have
Joel
a mental
Perez, Michael Zegan.
block.
No.
No, they just announced it. It's in the news channel on Slack.
Hang out and Tom Steiner. She's replacing Duncan. Adding
Suzanne Vega.
Okay,
Suzanne
yes,
Vega.
there we go,
Suzanne
yes.
Vega. So I'm sorry, Suzanne Vega.
We got it.
She's going to be in it.
That's amazing.
Like, apparently there's some role of, like, that originally Duncan Sheik thought, I'm going to play that role, but
Wow.
Suzanne Vega.
I'm so curious.
Whose name I will never forget
Ever
again.
again,
Will
no.
be off Broadway starting
That's-
next week.
That's amazing.
Joining people like Jen Damiano and Michael Segan. Anyway,
Woo!
clearly I'm out. I got to go.
Thank you so
I'm done.
much. Oh, ripping up the news and
I'm
everything.
done. Put a
Thank
fork
you.
in me.
Caitlin, would you be so kind as to tell us about today's fantastic guest?
Gladly. Yes, guys, we got Joaquina Kalukango here with us in the studio today. She is currently starring in Slave Play on the Broadway, which currently has 2 weeks left before it's going to be ending its extended but limited run on January 19th. Guys, she's currently playing Kenesha. Of course, this is Jeremy Harris's Broadway debut play. She has previously been on Broadway in The Color Purple, Holler If You Hear Me, and Godspell, which was her Broadway debut. And as we've mentioned many times, she's one of our top Broadway performances of the year because we just love her so much. Make sure you guys follow her on social media at Joaquina Kalukango. Leave all of your questions in the comments down below. Please welcome Joaquina and Ryan. Yay!
So excited to be chatting with you. Yes, repeating everything that Paul and Caitlin has already said, we think that you are giving one of the most amazing performances on Broadway right now. The show is absolutely phenomenal. How has it been for all of you, for you to have just been involved in this project on Broadway at this time, and with all of the feedback that this show has received?
Man, this thing is a miracle.
Yeah.
Just everybody creatively, the whole team, the cast is just such beautiful spirits, and it's rare that you get a piece specifically that everyone is talking about long after they've seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, people from like waiters to like people in hotels across in LA and London are all buzzing about this piece, and that's exciting that these conversations are happening. People are bringing their mothers, their children, you know what I mean, to see this show, and it's so rare.
Yeah,
So
you're doing something very exciting tonight. Tonight's performance is Blackout 2, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little, for those that might not be familiar, tell us a little bit about what this performance is.
Awesome. This performance is for people who identify as Black, coming in, Black artists, students, everyone coming in to see this production. This is one night where entirely the audience is just Black people.
Right.
Oh God, it's so rare that I think in pieces that are as heated as this, especially when we come to terms with dealing with racism or slavery or anything like that, where we fully just get to experience it ourselves.
Right.
And it's gonna be a crazy night because Black people like to talk back. We like to be loud and it's gonna be crazy.
Right.
And I'm so excited to feel that energy. And
Absolutely, and you've said before, like there's for you to be on stage as a Black performer and to know that a lot of that audience or people of color as well, it opens up new dynamics for you in your performance too, right? You said like there's like a turn of a head can mean something different for you in a performance.
Oh, absolutely. The choices are unlimited in this context because you just feel like people understand your perspective. They understand that one head nod can be something the auntie did across the table, or that silence has so many, you know what I mean?
Right.
So much emotion put into it. So it's exciting that we get to play like that.
It certainly is. When you first read this play, what was your first reaction to it? Were you what did you think? Was it an eagerness to be a part of it? Was it just a happiness that this thing existed now? What went through your head when you
I was shocked. I think the first go through my mouth was like, ah.
Right.
And then I called Tiana and said, what did I just read, girl? I don't even know. I have to go back through this thing. I had to read it a couple of times.
I can imagine,
because literally I was like, there's no way that people are producing this. This is a play? I literally said, there's no way. And they're bringing this to Broadway? This is insane, quite honestly. But more than anything, when I read it, I was like, oh my God, just I think Jeremy is just such a smart writer. And the way that he uses humor, especially being from somebody from the South, and to understand, to live in that context every day when you are surrounded by racism, and I've picked cotton on school field trips in elementary school, like that's a thing that happens. And to live with that, but also to find the humor, and it's so, because you have to have that humor to live through it every day, is quite incredible. And I just thought the themes, the concept, the questions that he was asking, in this production is just so timely right now.
Yeah.
And it made me excited. And the character is so complex, quite honestly. And that's what attracted me more than anything, that this Black woman was just, I couldn't put a pin on her. I couldn't say, hey, this is the one thing she is. She's easily triggered. She has disorders. She's going through things, right? And it excited me to be able to try to tackle that every night.
I bet. What are some what kind of conversations did you and Jeremy have when you were sort of building your take on this character? What kind of things did you want to tap into? What did you want to hear from him? Where did those conversations take you when you were just forming this character in your body?
A lot. I wanted to play this time around when he told me that specifically about just the having disorders. I delve a lot into that, of like, what does it mean to specifically to have that anxiety in your body?
Yeah.
How does it manifest? How do you deal with trauma in your body in a real way, where I think for the second act, Kanisha is completely silent. So then in what ways do you now respond when you can't speak? Or are you responding? What are you focusing on? And then we had a great, I'm losing the word now, but Claire is our, what's the new term?
Intimacy director.
Intimacy director. Thank you.
Yeah.
And she came in, and specifically that last act, she just put bodies in the space. And in a real way, we have understudies as well, too. And so they got the time to really delve out, like, what are you comfortable with? What can you handle? And it can change on any other body. If you're not comfortable in it, we can always change it. And having the space to have an opinion about what we're doing and not just being a body, but having full ownership of our bodies in that space was something rare and beautiful.
Yeah. I think it's also, a lot has been made, of course, of, there was a woman in an audience at one point that stood up during a Q&A with Jeremy and yelled at him, and much was made of that. But the more important thing in all of this...
I love that you said much was made of it. Yes. Yes, indeed, she was much.
Yes, yeah. But the more important thing is that a lot of young people are seeing this play, which is phenomenal. And to have this sort of, what have you gained in talking to either people at the stage door and in those Q&As from young people that are, as you said, may not even believe that this is even a play on Broadway, and like that, to have access to this story and these characters. What has that done for you as an artist, as a performer?
Man, well, especially when we get students come in, because I think that this play is also a bigger metaphor. It's not just about like couples necessarily, but this play gave me terminology for things that I was dealing with in institutions and schools. And I never had the words to express myself to understand what I was going through. And I think so many people come in and say, oh my God, I'm literally dealing with this in school. Yeah. Or thank you for validating myself in the space. I see myself. There's so many interracial couples, specifically young couples, that come to this piece and start having these hard conversations, or if they've had them before. And I think it's just really exciting to get that fresh young energy, because young people, we change the world, essentially, you know what I mean? And you're coming in being a part of that conversation, and it's beautiful. It's honestly a beautiful thing to see.
Growing up, did you always know that you wanted to be a performer? Did you see this for yourself? Or how did you,
Oh, I had an interesting thing. I mean, I started off as a flute player from 3rd to 7th grade.
Really?
Yes,
okay.
I did.
All right.
And then left that and became drill team captain.
Yes, okay.
Then joined the step team, and then found theater in high school when I auditioned for my performing arts high school. But before, I wanted to be a psychologist or an archaeologist.
But that's one of the things I think that's amazing about performing, is you can take all of those interests and because having studied some psychology, you can help get into your heads of what was it about auditioning for the show, for theater, that clicked with you. What was it about that, like, oh, this is different, this is special?
Oh, I think it was my experience of first seeing a show. And the first show I saw was Once on This Island. That the high school that I auditioned for went in, because my audition was horrible. Don't ask me how I got in. I got some monologue off the internet that was not from a play. Like, it was bad, and sung like the national anthem, just epically bad. But after they gave us tickets to see the show before we came in the following school year, and I remember literally just looking on stage and being like, I have never, it was a whole body, full reaction, spirit, just being completely moved and seeing there was something spiritual, I guess, about the experience, that everybody was connected, and the sharing of energies in this moment of, I've never seen people cry so much with the girl turning into a tree. I was like, oh, people get back, you feel this? And then laughing and getting up and dancing. I was like, this is the best feeling ever. And I can make people do that. Like, we can go through these moments together. That's exciting, and that's what started. What
interests you now when you as of right now, you people have until January 19th to go see Slave Play at the John Golden Theater. When this part of your journey is over for you, what do you hope to move on to next? What are you looking for in your future work and performances?
Jeremy has spoiled me. We all talk about this as a cast. I mean, he has spoiled us in a sense of just the challenges to do something like this material. It makes it hard. You want complex characters, or at least I do at this point. I want pieces that I believe in, that stand for something, that is about something. I want fully realized characters, complex characters, because I think human beings are all very complex, and nothing is necessarily black or white. And I like that. I like messy things. I feel like humanity is messy. Life is messy. It should be.
There's lots of messy right now.
Right?
Yeah.
But there's beauty in the messiness,
There
right? And I love that. And I don't know, honestly. I think Jeremy makes me want to write as well. There are just so many stories that I feel like are unexplored, specifically. So that's something I want to get into as well. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I definitely want to do more TV and film.
Of
I'm being
course.
honest.
Yeah. Some more music.
Honestly, but only because, and I say Jeremy has spoiled us because I think in theater, it's harder to have riskier stories told. Especially on the Broadway level.
Right. Yeah.
And so most of the exciting narratives sometimes are happening in TV where people are pushing the levels more, but I think Jeremy might have opened up a can.
I think
right?
so, yeah.
And that could be exciting, so hopefully more crazy narratives are coming out. But yeah.
In the long run, before we open up to questions, people watching, what will be the big takeaway for you? What is something that playing Kanisha has taught you about yourself that you will carry with you?
Oh. It's so hard because I always said after I finish, I think I need to like go on an island somewhere and really think about what I just went through because I don't know if I know now. But just initially, what has taught me as Joaquina the woman, I think is just to, quite honestly, step into a space and fully own it. Also, it's taught me a lot about consistency in a real way that I don't think I've ever had to deal with. It's taught me to deal with my traumas also as a woman and make sure that this is something that I'm not passing on because I have a child. I want to make sure that I'm able to deal with my stuff so that I can then help my child deal with, whatever comes up for him. Yeah, I don't know yet.
In progress.
Ask me.
Yeah. That's
I'll definitely have to figure that out.
Once you get back from that island.
Oh, I will. I'll literally tweet it. I know it is now.
Caitlin, what would some of our people watching like to know from Joaquina?
Definitely. All right. So Mackenzie wants to know, do you have any pre-performance rituals and how do you get into the mental headspace to do this show 8 times a week?
Oh, y'all, it changes. I can't say I stick to one thing. Sometimes it's gospel music. Sometimes it's Beyonce. Sometimes it's just like the ratchet Spotify. I really think I typed in ratchet and then just like let it ride. Sometimes I do have to meditate.
Yeah.
Depending on whatever happened during the day, if I need to center myself. And then a lot of the time it's playing. Quite honestly, with my castmates backstage before we go and do this thing. We joke around all the time because we know whatever the spaces we're about to enter is going to be what it's going to be. And so to keep that thing light and to talk and laugh and be jovial with each other before is really great.
Yeah. Will you ever be able to listen to Rihanna's work again when this is all? I can imagine. Right?
I'm triggered. Every time. We sat in the bar maybe like 4 weeks ago or something as a cast and it came on, we were all like, ah! No.
When people like Rihanna or you've had Regina King we mentioned earlier in the audience, are you somebody that likes to know something like that ahead of time, or would you rather not know and find out when they come back to praise you?
Oh, I think it depends. When I found out like Audra McDonald came, that was afterwards. And had I known before, I wouldn't make it out.
Right.
She's like, I'm like, no. Rihanna, though, we knew beforehand because there was just
she was a little late.
No, it's not even that she was a little late. We just knew something was up. But also, you can hear her like laugh. We're like, we know that laugh. That's Rihanna, and she's somewhere out there. And it's exciting and fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it depends on the person. Most times I'm cool though.
Most times.
Beyonce, pass out.
Yeah.
Yep, pass out.
I love that. All right, so a lot of people want to say, girl, musicals coming back, what you singing? Hey?
I mean, for those of us that, loved your Nettie and The Color Purple and Holler If You Hear Me, what's
What's going on?
I don't know, guys. I don't know. We have to see. Something has to.
Do you like to
Really
challenge
great.
yourself in a different way after you've completed something? Like when you've done a musical, do you crave doing something like a play
I do.
afterward?
I do. And so much of my time, and I'm grateful for it, has been in musicals in this world. But I did want to get back to just doing straight plays.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, look, people who do musicals, I think that's a different breed of person. Like, it takes a tremendous amount of discipline to be able to do that. And I think the discipline I've had to do this show too was like, oh, this is not a musical, and I feel like I'm putting in the work to just get through. So I think for me, I don't know what the next thing is gonna be, but I do like to challenge myself.
Yeah,
So whatever
right.
that next thing is, I'd be excited about it. Yeah.
And before we let you go, what's your biggest hope? It's a new year. What's your biggest hope for 2020?
My biggest hope? I think my biggest hope is that more people just come into more people just get to be able to come into their full selves and then be comfortable with that in whatever way that manifests, but just the full realization of yourself, that you're important and you belong here and everything about you is beautiful, and to let that out.
That's beautiful. That's great. I hope that too. Joaquina, thank you so much
Thank
for coming
you
by.
for
It's so wonderful to having you here. Make sure you go see Slave Play at the John Golden Theater on Broadway. You have until January 19th to do so. You owe it to yourself to do so. Thank you so much. We love you very much. Come back
Thank
anytime.
you. Love you guys.
Yes. Caitlin, would you please take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single weekday here on Facebook, and you can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts by searching for #live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We talk to Don Lewis of Tina.